So, hi, I'm gonna show you how to make earrings or stitch markers with pins, eye pins or head pins. You're gonna need pliers, round nose pliers, some flat nose pliers, either big ones or small ones, whatever you prefer to work with, and cutting pliers as well. Now there are different types of pins. You have the head pins. These are the ones with a little ending, flat or round, but an ending, a little stopper. And you have the eye pins, which have an eye at one end. The eye pins are used to make chain links, or if you want to attach something. The head pins are used to make like dangly things. Now there are different types, of course colors as well, but there's also different types of metals they are made of. Some are really hard, some are really soft. Now these are reasonably hard, and these are like really soft. The soft ones you can use to use the wrap method. The hard ones are not that suited for them. It's really hard to wrap and to have a good result when wrapping with these. Now these are really short eye pins, which are good for like one bead, but I just wanted to show them because you have all sorts of heads on them. You have also very ornate ones as well. I think I have some here. Like for instance, these have a very ornate head. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one, with the eye pin. I'm gonna string the beads in whatever order you want to string them. Since both ends are gonna have a eye at the end, it doesn't really matter what order you string them in. So that the hardest part, especially in the beginning, is to gauge how much metal you need to have to make your eye. Now, what I find the best method is to start with flat nose pliers, to bend your pin at a 90 degrees angle, and you leave about a millimeter. If you do it too tight, you're risking breaking your beads because there's too much tension on it. But if you leave it too long, there's gonna be too much room. So if you leave about a millimeter, it's just about right. Now, how long the wire needs to be depends on two things: how big you want your eye to be, and how round you want your eye to be. Now I want them to be as round as possible and as small as possible. To achieve that, I have to make sure to use the tip of the round nose pliers. It's not focusing. The tip of the round nose pliers and the tip of the wire. You need about 7 millimeters to a centimeter to make an eye. That is something that you learn over time. This is really a matter of practice. You get an eye for it after a while. So cut the wire, make sure to hold this end, because otherwise it flies away, might poke someone's eye out. There you go. And like I said, I like my eyes as small as I can make them. So that means I have the tip of the wire at the tip of the pliers. I'm gonna try to do it this way so you can see. Then you apply pressure, you turn, you twist. But see, you don't want to over twist your wrist. What you do is you let go and get a better grip like this. And you continue. Again, let go, get a better grip, and you continue until you closed your eye. Now this one is a bit wonky, so I take my flat nose pliers and rectify it. Now if this should not be closed enough, just pinch it a little bit like this. There we go. It's not hard, but it takes a lot of practice. Now, I am gonna show you when using the pliers what happens when you don't use the tip, but you go further down. You just simply, and this makes total sense, you just have a bigger loop, a bigger eye. See the difference? This can be necessary sometimes if you want to put something large in it, for instance, or if you just want a larger eye. Now, what happens when you don't grab the tip of the wire of the pin is that you'll get an elongated eye, which is fine, but I don't find as elegant. But that's my personal preference. Now, little tip to make the perfectly round eye when you don't have beads on them, when you have a piece of wire left, you can reuse it. That's the good thing with eye pins. As long as you have metal left, you can reuse it. So to make a perfectly round eye, JD is gonna sit on my beads. To make a perfectly round eye, you twist it. Sorry, I'm out of focus. Until the metals touch each other. Then you reposition the pliers so that where the metal meets is between the two, prongs. And then you give it a little twist in the other direction. And you have this question mark shape. There you go. I'm just gonna remove JD from my beads. Yeah, there you go, girl. Wow, she's not appreciating that. But, well, there you go. Let's continue with the earrings. Later, I'm just gonna show the wrap method now. And I'm gonna use these beads. Just simple earrings. Now, these are very, very pliable. Just stringing the beads. Oops, yes, that was not the right order. And there you go. Now, this is a little bit different. You're gonna position one of the prongs above the beads, again not too tight, and you're gonna make the 90-degree angle. Again, I hope this is clear. know if it's showing. Okay, so can you see? This is like halfway around the one prong. Now what you're gonna do is, and this is possible because it's soft metal, is just with your other hand, but you can also use other pliers to do it, is just gonna pull it around like this. So you basically made a wrap around one of the prongs, and then, and I use another pair of pliers for that so I can put some force on it. Then you wrap around like this. You cut the excess, and with thin pliers make sure that this little thing doesn't stick out. There you go. The upside of this method is you don't have to gauge how much you have to cut off. You cut off afterwards. The downside is this takes a lot more practice, and you cannot do it with the hard metals, only with the soft ones. Now, this is basically everything there is to know about the making the eyes and the wrapping. But there is another part of this technique that I want to show, which is very important, and that has to do with rings. Open rings. In this case, open rings. I like to use 2 pliers, but you can also use the round pliers and the flat pliers. Now, what is very important when you work with rings is that when you want to open them, you always open them like this. So horizontally. You don't pull them apart like that, but you open them like horizontally. Why? Because otherwise they're gonna lose their shape. Same applies to these rings. If you're gonna open them by undoing your ring, you're gonna lose the shape. But if you open them horizontally, don't open them too much, just enough to add whatever you need to add, and then you bend it back down, and there you go. The eye has not lost its shape. Your loop is still round. Same for the bottom one. So I'm showing it again. I hope it shows on the camera. You like this. Yeah, with the figures, I put it backwards. This has a front and a back, so I have to make sure that it's hanging the right way. There you go. And again, down. And there you go. It's closed and it still has its shape. And there we go. We have an earring, or if I put a lever back on this, it could be a stitch marker. There you go. Now, this wrapped earring, we cannot open this loop. We have to use a ring or attach it directly to the earring. And here again, like this, attach it. Oops, sorry. And so sorry. And there you go. Now this could be a stitch marker, or it could be an earring. So let me just real quick make the second one here and show you the wrap again. Wrong pliers. So you leave a little space, like half a millimeter, then you bend. There you go. I'm gonna switch hands, and you wrap around like this. See, when I try to do it with my fingers, it's harder, but it works. You don't have to use 2 pliers. There you go. And sorry, I went off camera. And cut it. And this one is actually closed already or not? I'm gonna have to practice doing these things on camera. And then we need to open this one. You can see where there's this opening. It's not always at the same spot with the other one. I was on the bottom, so you have to check where it's cut. And there you go. Open it like this. See? Attach it. And I'm gonna try to capture the action. There you go. I'm gonna need light on the side of my hands instead of in front of me. And then I'm gonna finish these. So, also when you open and close your loop or your eye, you grab the part that is the end. Otherwise it won't work. Like this. There we go. Close it again. And the other sides. So this is, and there is Dips crying the joys of pet. He's probably gonna jump on the board also. And now the butterfly. Yep, the right side this time. And close. And there we go. Yep, there's Dips getting his 2 cents in. Yeah, Dips. Dippy. He's headbutting the camera. Come on, you. Okay, so what I wanted to show was the result. So, like I said, it's technique, but it's also a lot of practicing. And the very important part of opening a loop, I'm gonna actually try to show you again. the action of opening and closing the rings. Yeah, that's really not working well. So I basically hold the left side, my left hand just holds it steady. Is it focusing? And the right is moving. So I'm not really doing anything with the left, but holding, and the right, I'm just rotating it really. Like this. If you were to open like, yeah, see, it's not even possible. I'm sorry if I make you seasick with the camera. Now I've seen people do that, like open it like this. It's practically impossible to have it to close properly again. See, you lose your shape, it becomes oval straight away, and also there's a risk that you just break it. So that would, I think, be the most important thing. If you find that this is not clear and that there is something I forgot or something that you want to know, please let me know. Until Thursday I can still try to make videos, and I know I'm gonna have to practice working on camera for when I want to start making real tutorials. Okay, I would say good luck and show me your results. Bye.